I'm a very competitive person. At the time, there wasn't a lot of good basketball edits. And I was like, I want to show y'all how to make something cool.
People can edit. Not a lot of people can tell a story. You can do both.
I came in the scene, I wanted to add something different. I wanted to tell a story while also making the video look fun. I was in university, I wanted to be a physiotherapist, but there was always a side of me that just loved everything creative. Ever since I picked up that camera, I was always looking to shoot something that helped me land the connection with the Sea Bears.
Going full-time into this, did you know how heavily the business side of this was going to affect?
I didn't realize how hard it was going to be. That was one of the moments I'm like, yeah, why am I here?
Yeah.
I was scared because I think I was in the second month of living in the apartment. I mean, rent's not cheap. Like, I was burnt out, I was crying with my girl, I was crying with my friends, especially because when I first dropped the digital product, I had one sale. The mindset at the time was, I'm cooked. But I was like, you know what, one sale at a time. It's really just the idea of always just believing and just never quitting. I'm just forever gonna live with the go film something you love today, live with that idea.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Two Fries Podcast, aka the #1 podcast in Winnipeg, where we document the rise and stardom of Winnipeg's talent and personalities. When we talk about talent and personalities, this is one of the talent and personalities that we talk about.
Yeah, we've been chasing this guest for a while. he's chasing him. He's a busy man to get a hold of. But Matt, you've probably seen his content online. You've seen him make waves in the sport industry, especially with the Winnipeg Sea Bears. The one and only Feebas.
Bro, you're like Drake, hey? Like, you one name, You're Drake, Rihanna, just like, I don't even know your last name.
No, I'm really not. Honestly, I like try to stay away from it, but it doesn't help when, especially like Seabears, right?
Yeah.
Like, my friends are with me.
Yeah.
So sometimes they'll like gas me up too much when people, I'm like, bro, just let them.
Yeah, I just know you as Feebs.
Yeah,
Feebs the
Feebs.
shooter, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
So,
but no, I'm nowhere close, but thank you for saying that.
Of course.
You're the Drake of the shooting scene for Winnipeg, man, at least.
No, that's insane to say, but I appreciate it though.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
man. Well, welcome to the show, brother. Thank you for
Thank you
finding
so
the
much.
time.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
I want to start with a caption from your Instagram.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, I will read this to you, and here we go. If there's one thing I know for sure, I'm ready to make this happen. Back in 2022, I watched, okay, you have to pronounce this show for me, Ahiro no Sora?
Yeah, Ahiro no Sora.
Ahiro no Sora, and it reignited my passion for basketball. All I could think about was getting back into the game and playing again, and so I did. I realized that I didn't want to just start playing again, but I also wanted to start filming basketball. I started with filming a high school game, a basketball camp, a university game, and finally the Winnipeg Sea Bears. All of this has already been such an amazing experience. I'm looking forward to seeing what else is in the journey for my filming career. Today I'm taking my first step towards my dream. Maybe we start with the Toronto Raptors and tag an NBA player or a team that I should reach out to.
Break that
Clear.
down, brother.
Break that
Break
down,
that
brother.
down.
Holy crap.
Oh man, okay. So I think so when I started filming the Winnipeg Sea Bears, obviously after the first season, everyone's been kind of telling me, so when is the NBA shoot coming? When is it next? So I just decided just one day just to make that video. I thought, why not? It was the end of the season. We had a really great season. That was the second season. We had a really great end of the season. I had a lot of good clips. So I was like, why not make a video about it? And I'm super passionate about it. So I just thought, why not give it a try? And obviously it was a lot of empty promises. So there were some people that I've talked to through Toronto Raptors, some from Milwaukee, some from Minnesota, but it just never worked out. It's just it's a bit hard, I think, to get in.
Right.
I think for the most part, you either have to go through a player and they get you a pass, or you have to work through a media outlet that's within that city. But that's why I really wanted to get an NBA shoot this season, but it didn't pan out. But one day it'll happen.
Man, you're pretty close to an NBA career, and I'm sure this all didn't start with just the Winnipeg Sea Bears. And I'm sure there was points where you probably felt like quitting, and you probably felt like this is like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? So take me back to where this first started, where the passion for basketball started, and where your filming career took off.
Okay, so it all started 2018. That was the year that it really started. Sports wasn't really a thing yet because I played basketball pretty much my whole life. I played club basketball, junior high, and then high school varsity. But I stopped playing after I graduated, which was 2016. So I wasn't really thinking about sports too much. But I was in university. I wanted to be a physiotherapist. That was the goal, to be a full-time physiotherapist. So I went into kinesiology. Then 2018, I went through a breakup. So that's when kind of things took a turn. I was kind of lost in life, just doing all the stupid single shit that I was doing, drinking a lot, smoking a lot. And I was in the gym a lot. That was one of the good things that I got obsessed with, because I wanted to find a distraction, and for me it was the gym. So I was working with a coach, a trainer, I was working out a lot, and a lot of the friends that I was surrounded with, they were very into bodybuilding, powerlifting, so that's all I was doing. At the time, there was a rise in crazy hype gym videos with Alpha Elite, Gymshark, and so the group, the thought was, why not we make our own videos? So I started making making stupid gym videos, literally with my iPhone. My dad had an old Canon Rebel T1i, so I made videos with that. Like, I actually would watch the video sometimes, and I'm like, this video was so bad. But that was the start of it all. I didn't really have any savings or anything, so I didn't really have the money to buy a camera. But at the time, I was working at Planet Fitness as like a fitness trainer. So I saved up some money, got my first camera, which is the Sony a6500. That's why it's on my hoodie. So I got my first camera, and yeah, I was like, you know what, why not give it a try? I was still working at the time, but I said, why not try and land some clients? And so we started in the fitness niche. One of our first clients was Brazilian Apparel. You guys had Dylan here. And then, so that was like the first brand that I mainly worked with. So we ran his campaigns for about 2 to 3 years, I think. So that was like my first biggest client. And then my second big client was I worked full time with G-Fit Wellness. So with G-Fit, we were, me and Carlos were working with them full time. And then after Carlos, Garrett joined in. So I worked with Garrett for a bit. And then in the middle of all that, I was doing all the other, I was shooting everything, everything that you could think of. I shot weddings, shot with other small businesses, whether it's food, clothing, just anything that you could think of that you could film. So that was kind of what I was doing, just shooting everything. And then it wasn't until 2023 when, I watched that anime, which was A Hero no Sora. It's a basketball anime. And I was like, man, I missed hooping. Because I lost the love for the game after I graduated. It's just my last year wasn't the best year for me. So I didn't play for a while. But then that reignited my passion for playing again. So I just started doing runs with my boys. And then crazy timing was, that's when the Sea Bears announced that they were coming to Winnipeg. At the time, I wanted to just get some reps in. So my friend Jesse, he helped me out land just a shoot with one of the Refresh teams. So that was my first basketball shoot, and they loved it. The kids loved it. My community loved it. And after that, I was like, I want to get more reps in, and that's when I went to one of the U of M games. And then that's kind of what sparked it all. And that's how I kind of got connected with the Sea Bears, just because one of the main media guys with the U of M, Neil Noonan, he's honestly the GOAT, one of the best filmmakers here in the city. He used to coach me, not directly. He was a JV coach when I was in varsity, but they would do camps and he would be there coaching. So I worked with him quite a bit. He saw me in the crowd with my big rig, and he was like, who the heck is this guy? And at the time, there wasn't really a lot of shooters yet. There was only me. If you go to a game now, a regular university game, the baseline will be filled with shooters, the sideline. But at the time, it was only me. There wasn't a lot of shooters yet that openly shot sports at the time. And he saw me, and then so we chopped it up a little bit. And I didn't think anything of it. But then I think a couple months later, he gives me a call, and he was like, I'm working for the Sea Bears this upcoming season. So he asked me if I was willing to come help. At the time, it was just pro bono work. He said he can't make any promises whether if it's gonna be paid or not, and I was like, I don't care. Just get me the fuck on. Sorry, can I swear on? Get me on.
Put me in, coach.
Get me on. Put me on. I will do whatever it takes to make some content for that. And so I did it. That's what led to that, and now we're here, just shooting sports, shooting whatever I want. I still shoot I still do weddings, I still do other things on the side, but I transitioned to making my main page just mainly sports.
Yeah.
So.
And might I add, you over deliver it. You
I try my best. I try my best.
Been back every season ever since, and then I've told you this like running as well. You're irreplaceable, dude. Like, and like I genuinely mean that the after game movies that you're making sometimes on like a time crunch of like couple hours, and the speed at which you're delivering, the social presence of the Sea Bears, a large credit goes to you, right? And so like. Because I've told this to my team for a while, and like a lot of people can edit, not a lot of people can tell a story, and you can do both. Can you walk me through what the difference is of just being able to edit and then also being able to tell a story through the edit?
I honestly really appreciate that, because I think a lot of people also see me as like with like the crazy effects and things like that.
Yeah.
But I always prided myself in I also tell a story, I feel like.
Yeah.
But sometimes people do end up focusing on the things that I do, things a little bit extra. Or, but I think for me that was the point. I think a lot of the filmmakers that came before, especially in the sports niche, a lot of them actually told really good stories. It's just very simple, basic cuts. But when I came in the scene, I wanted to add something different. I wanted to tell a story, but while also making the video look fun.
Yeah.
And make it look sick with what's, what's trending, what's new. And so for me, I think with telling a story, it's different, because if you just put a lot of effects into it and not really think about what's going on in the video, no one will really care unless you're a videographer or editor, because then an editor will be like, oh, that's sick, how the heck did you do that?
Right.
But then for a regular audience, they'll see and be like, what am I watching? Why is it flickering so much? Why is it whipping? Why is it like, what did I just watch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so for me, my goal is to always tell a story without obviously overwhelming it too much with all the effects. And one way I do that is with my girlfriend. I will show her a video and I'll be like, what'd you think? Is it too much? Is it telling a good story? And she's always a perfect gauge, because she doesn't really like watch basketball like that, so it's perfect because she doesn't have like a biased mind. It's whatever. But yeah, that's kind of how I go about it with the storytelling. But
So have you always been this creative, or was there a part of you that kind of took trial and error to figure out, okay, this is working, this is not working, and here's where the middle ground is?
I think I've definitely always been creative. And I actually took some photo classes like in junior high. In junior high, I was in the yearbook. I was in the yearbook club.
Yeah.
So I've always loved, so that was when my dad just got the Canon Rebel. So at the time it was fairly new. So I loved taking photos with that. I've always wanted to be a photographer back in junior high. And in high school, there were some photography classes and video classes. I was always in those classes. I always wanted to be in something creative. But I never really saw it as a career path, just because my parents, it's either engineer, doctor,
Lawyer,
right? It's really, that was the goal, right?
Yeah.
Immigrating here in 2008, that was the goal. They sacrificed their lives for me, and so they were trying their best, doing everything for me to have a good career,
right,
and be successful in life, which was perfect. It taught me a lot of good values, a lot of good things in life, to be hardworking and to push through anything and never quit. But there was always a side of me that just loved everything creative. I was always the type to kind of think outside of the box, and I was always a little bit different. Like I always stood out in like high school, because I always did weird shit.
Like
not
what?
so much cool. Like I always had weird hair. Like, and if you see old photos of me in like junior high, bro, I had like weird spiky hair, blonde. Like I had a man bun, like that's like full platinum blonde.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
I always just like doing, even just as a personality, how I dressed, how I carried myself. I always was kind of somewhat a creative person, even if it was something that wasn't cool. But
Right.
I think it gave me an advantage because I was different. But yeah, so I think with all that, I think I knew for a fact that I think eventually I'm going to be in something creative. And thinking about it now, I don't think I would have survived as a physiotherapist. No, I needed to be in something creative because my mind just goes everywhere.
But did you ever feel that pressure as a kid? Because we're like, I won't lie, like we're all immigrants here, and like, yes, you're right. Families sacrifice their entire lives just for you, you know, and you're in this unique opportunity to take advantage of almost fulfilling their dream too. And so, you know, being that engineer, being that lawyer, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I want to go film. Like, how did that conversation land with your parents? But also, like, did you ever have that pressure of like wanting to always fulfill their dream?
Oh yeah, I still feel it now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Luckily, my parents have been so open and so happy for what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
But I definitely still feel the pressure now because obviously I want to be able to help my parents as much as I can. I want to help them pay their mortgage. Like really, that's like one of my main goals right now is help them pay their mortgage. Like that's like on my top list. Luckily, they never really made me feel bad about going a different path.
Right.
I think for them, as long as they saw that I was happy, surviving, making money in some way, they never made me feel like I shouldn't do this. In the beginning, obviously, it's like, oh, you got to go to university. Because my first year, I took a break. I didn't go to uni the first year. So at that, I felt a little bit more pressure from my dad in a sense that he wanted me to really make sure you finish school. That was really his only thing. He's like, if you're going to do this video thing, just finish school. So it was because it was halfway through my kin degree when I decided to like, okay, I think I'm going to do this filming thing.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care, just finish your kin degree. And then if you decide to do your master's after or anything, then do that. But he's like, as long as you finish school. And so I was like, okay. And so I did. And then, now he's super happy with what I'm doing and they love it. They always share my stuff on Facebook. So yeah.
That's when you know.
That's when you know. So yeah, no, luckily they didn't give me too much. They didn't give me too much pressure. They really, if anything, they really supported me throughout the ways.
A lot of people see where you are now and they're like, yo, I want to do that. I want to like, now you're mentioned like now all the sidelines are full of shooters. But that's like step, 100 or whatever down the line. What does step 1 look like? So when you started picking up the camera, when you started recording just your gym edits, going from that to like, okay, now I'm going to film other people. What did that step look like? How long did that take? What was that grind like?
For me, it honestly was pretty simple.
Okay.
I think step 1 was just shooting it. Like going to, for me for basketball was just like just going to the high school game.
Yeah.
Going to university game. And then I think for me, the biggest thing is just be kind, be nice. Because they say make a lot of connections, you don't have to try too hard. Like I think for me, it's like, just be kind, be good to people, and they're going to come find you.
Yeah.
Right? I think focus on your craft, focus on being kind. And I think that would be my step 1. I think because that's what I did. I think I just did my thing, made my edits, and I was nice to everyone. And for the most part, that led to the connections, like being good to Neil. That helped me land the connection with the Sea Bears. So
you just like showed up?
I just showed up.
Like to a regular game?
Yeah, I just did. And I'm like, is there an issue? Like literally, I didn't contact anyone to the UVM game. I was scared. Like I was like literally on the bleachers. I'm like, can I go there?
Yeah.
Whatnot? And then because they had like a photographer, like a main photographer.
Got you.
But that was about it. Like they didn't have any video shooters or anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I think it's fine. So I went. No one kicked me out or anything. And then Neil saw me. I thought he was gonna kick me out. I thought he was gonna be like, you can't be there. But then he was like, we chopped it up. He asked me how I was doing. And then I asked him like, is it okay that I'm filming here? He's like, yeah, feel free to come to any game. So I was like, okay. So yeah, so I just showed up. But obviously now with games being busier, then I would probably ask. But for the most part, they don't, as long as you're not getting in the way of people. And
why'd you take that step? Why'd you just show up? Like what got you to actually be like, oh, like there's a game going on. I'm going to just show up to this.
I wanted to make content. So for me, the biggest goal was like, I wanted to make a sick basketball video.
For yourself?
For myself.
Okay.
I wasn't looking to work with the Bisons or anything. I just wanted to make a sick video for my Instagram and get views and whatnot. People, I want
move to LA.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm a very competitive person, and at the time there wasn't a lot of good basketball edits.
Okay.
And I was like, I want to show y'all how to make something cool with basketball shit. So I did, and that was the goal. I was like, I wanted to make something sick for basketball.
Who'd you want to show?
No one. I didn't care who I was shooting.
Okay.
Whoever was, I think the first video, it was, who did I end up? UW guy, Paul Francisco. He wanted a video, so he was the guy that ended up showing up.
Okay.
And then Elijah from the Bisons wanted a mixtape, so I made a mixtape for him. And at the end, I did like showing both teams, kind of showing them off.
Nice.
But no, there wasn't like anyone that I'm like wanting to show off. Just whoever. I base off energy. I don't care too much who has like the biggest name. If I think you're like, if the camera is speaking to me, was like, shoot that person. That's kind of what I go with. I don't really care who's like, oh, that guy's like the best player on the team. I don't care.
Yeah.
If you're not giving my camera energy, I don't care about it. Like one thing.
What does that mean?
Like, okay, so one thing to think about, like
scream at my camera.
if you think about the Seabears, who do you think is the best player right now? Like, or who was the best player?
Ooh, talking to someone who's not caught up on the Seabears
Okay,
season at all.
maybe Teddy Allen.
Okay, let's say Teddy. Okay, but Teddy Allen speaks to the camera.
Right.
Like he was the best
caught.
player, but he was like the first game. Like you just knew he was that guy.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just like you could be not that. Like a perfect example is like Nate Balamu. I don't know if you guys like. He was from the Seabears. He's a very big like hustle guy and everything. He might not score a lot of points, but my camera loved him. I'm always like following him just because like he's working so hard. He's hype. Another person would be David Mooncat from season 2.
Okay.
He didn't score a lot of points, but he scored buckets. But whenever he scored, he would roar and he
Yeah.
would scream and like he was just so passionate for the game. I love guys like that. So usually, yeah, when I come to a game, I don't really care who the best player is. But if I can see that you have that passion, because some players will act too nonchalant and they don't really.
That's in these days, though.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's like the
Yeah,
thing
like,
right now.
trying
Is
to
to
be
be
cool.
nonchalant.
Yeah.
Everyone's
It-
trying to be cool.
It honestly made it hard this season. I felt that a lot of the Seabears players, I think, especially the first half of the season,
Yeah.
they're being a little too nonchalant. I think, whereas like the first 2 seasons, like all the guys love the camera.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, man, this is perfect.
Yeah.
But
That's that Jokic factor.
no,
Yeah,
honestly,
Jokic.
Jokic, SGA, everyone's
Lillard,
just
yeah.
Like chilling out.
nonchalant. But no, I want someone to be
No.
screaming in my face.
You need a Russell Westbrook.
No,
That's what you
honestly,
need.
I like the nonchalant during warm-ups.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if you're nonchalant, like you
Yeah,
don't care
chill.
too much, you're not paying attention to the camera, but you're like locked in.
Yeah.
I love moments like that because sometimes I'll make like a warm-up video
Yeah.
Yeah.
where it's just straight frames, just guys practicing and
Yeah.
doing drills and locked in, listening to headphones. That I'm good. You can be nonchalant then, but when the game started, I need you to be. You know,
Yeah.
give me something.
From all of this, I can just tell the authenticity is really important to you, right? Even when you were shooting the Bisons, you didn't care what player. You didn't go for the star captain. You didn't go for like the lead score point. You went for what spoke authentic to you. Do you think that comes from your childhood? You know, having the crazy hair, having that different unique style, just being like not giving a fuck about what others think and just knowing what you like.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think that definitely stems a lot from that. Because I'm a big energy guy, big vibes guy. If I like the energy that I'm feeling, I'll go with that. And like if I like the vibes, then that's what I'll focus on.
Has there ever been a moment when the vibes weren't there and you're shooting something, you're like, man, why am I shooting this? Like, I don't get this.
Yeah, a lot of times I'll get that. It's just common. It comes with, I think, a lot of shoots. I can't think of like a specific moment, but I've definitely felt something. Man, why am I shooting this? I was shooting clubs a lot.
Yeah,
For quite a bit with Carlos, because Carlos was one of the
Yeah.
main shooters for La Roca, and I think he was working a lot with Tony Cisse.
Sure.
And Tony liked my work, so I was doing a lot of club stuff. There was a point I'm like,
Man, club grind's different.
yeah, club grind is
I
different.
know some club shooters
Yeah,
and they,
yeah.
I don't know if I could do it. Talk to me about it. What does it look like? What does that world look like of shooting clubs?
Man, shooting the clubs is fun, but it's a bit tough because, especially if it's a dead night. But my goal is to make it look like it was an insane night, right? But Tony helped a lot with that. Tony would get like the bottle girls and get them to do stuff for me to have some clips, which was perfect. For me, it was just dealing with drunk people. Like there's one time, so I usually carry like a gimbal, right? I'm not filming, right? So I'm just walking around, and the guy walked past me. He's like, "Man, don't film me." I'm like, "I'm not filming you, bro." I wouldn't want to film you. I'm supposed to focus on the girls anyway. Like I don't.
You're not speaking to my camera.
him.
You're not speaking to my lens.
I could care less about you. It's just like, but it's like, why do you have to get so hostile and aggressive? Like I'm not filming you, but I guess like maybe I shouldn't like. But I mean, I wasn't pointed. Like,
Yeah.
I literally had it like this. It wasn't like I was.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one of the moments I'm like, yeah, why am I here? But club scene is like it can be fun. Like I think if I did it when I was in like 2018, 2019, when I was doing my single days and just liking to drink and smoke all the time, I think I would have enjoyed it a little bit more. But at the time, I was kind of settling down. But club scene was cool. The pay was pretty good and for what it was, because I mean you just show up to a club for 2 to 3 hours, get a good paycheck, and it was chill. But some didn't pay, but I mean it is what it is.
Part of the world.
I've got a good question for you.
Yeah.
So you said you worked at La Rocca with Tony?
Yeah.
And you know Sarwar?
Yeah, I know Sarwar.
Okay. Out of like all of the videographers in the city that have been working maybe a little bit longer than you, what could you take away from some of those guys, or what are some pieces of advice that stuck with you that they may have like taught you working with them?
Oh man, that's tough. I'm trying to think what's Carlos has told me that's like stuck with me.
Not necessarily like camera wise, but even just like life wise, or when it comes to the industry in general, like how to deal with people, etc.
So Carlos, you guys have met Carlos.
Yeah.
He's a very extroverted guy.
Right.
He can he's the type of guy where you just call him up, hey yo, let's do this. He'll be there.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person like we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
Nonchalant.
I'm a very I like, and when it comes to things like I'm very introverted. I'm like, I would say I'm between two. Like I feel like I have to be in the right situation, right place. But if there was one thing, I think it's Carlos's personality being such an extrovert that I like to take some of that from him. Just because honestly, if it wasn't for him, I don't think I would have traveled for work ever. But he's one of the guys that would always tell me, man, like, yeah, we should like do some stuff, like get out of the city, do some travel. For me, I'm like, I don't really want to go out the city. I like being at home. I like being with family. So if there was one thing, that would be that. I think he helped me conquer my fear of being out of my comfort zone. Because if it wasn't for him, I don't think I would have ever gone to New York. So yeah, he's one of those guys.
And you're self-taught, right? Like
I'm
everything.
self-taught, yeah.
Like you took a couple classes in that you mentioned, like photography classes, but everything else is like, what? Just like YouTube videos, YouTube tutorials, and just grinding it out.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, and even like the things that I learned in high school, forgot all of that.
Yeah, of course.
I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
I just knew the programs. I'm like, oh, I remember we used Premiere Pro. I remember we used this. But everything else I learned, I really didn't remember anything. So I had to start from scratch, and it was just YouTube.
Yeah.
And it was just starting with little things. When people ask me, it's like, oh, where do you go? Just search it up. Like, how do you start a project, or how do you do this effect? Just start with little things, and then eventually it'll build up.
Yeah.
From this day, I still watch tutorials, because especially like for After Effects, I'm not a big After Effects guy, but people think I am. I'm not. I'm still watching tutorials daily. Just like if there's some effect that I want to try, I'm watching a tutorial.
YouTube University.
Hey, it's the best university out there. People telling
And it's
you-
free.
And it's free.
Right?
Be on it, man. Like right now, my best friend is YouTube and ChatGPT.
Yeah.
That's really
They're
my
good
friend
guys.
right now. So, yeah.
How many edits were you doing in the beginning days? Like, I assume you had to get your portfolio up, and you just showed up to these games, you showed up to these things, like, hey, I'll shoot anything and everything. How many reps were you doing to get, like, proficient, where you're like, okay, I can do this, or like, this is decent quality. I think people would want to pay for this, or want this as an actual thing.
I think reps wise, I think I was probably shooting at least once a week. I think at least once a week. I wouldn't say it was every day.
Yeah.
And there were months I was probably, because I was still in school.
Yeah.
So there were months where I was busier. I wouldn't really have the time to shoot. But I would say at least once a week I was looking for something. There wasn't a time where I wasn't looking to shoot anything. I think ever since I picked up that camera, I was always looking to shoot something. And I never kind of went on a break. So I think probably around once a week. at the
And were
time.
you looking for these shoots? Like, you're reaching out to people
Yeah.
consistently, or like, what did that look like?
For the most part, if there was something I wanted to shoot, like let's say it was a basketball, or there was a brand that I wanted to work with clothing-wise, I'll reach out. But from the work that I did with like Brazilian, G-Fit, the weddings that I did, people ended up just reaching out.
Reaching out, yeah.
Yeah, thankfully, like luckily enough, I've never really had to advertise my work in terms of shooting. Like people ask, like, "Oh, how do you get your name out there?" I don't know. It just gets around. Like I'll just get
Sick
DMs,
edits.
"Hey, I heard from this person," or "I saw
Yeah.
your work for this," and yeah,
And the work speaks for itself.
Yeah.
try. I'll gas it.
Yeah, gas
Look at this
it.
nonchalant guy.
When did you decide to pursue this full time?
Last year,
Last
because
year.
I just wanted to finish my school.
Right.
So I just finished my kin, and I was like, as soon as I graduated, I was like, thank God, I am ready to do this full time. And I did, but it was scary though. I'm like I'm trying to think. I'm like, how am I gonna make enough money to sustain my lifestyle?
Right.
So it was a bit scary, but luckily enough, my first time going full time, I landed a full time position for a brand called Zuike.
Yeah.
So I was full time with them. I was their visual lead, doing like their videos, photos for about 6 months, I think.
Wow.
So yeah, it was good.
What does the word look like in terms of like freelancing versus like your own thing versus working for a company?
There's a part where I'm like trying to think of. Okay, so working for a company, it's a bit tough. I think for a creative person who has their own vision and who likes things a certain way, it's a bit tough because you have to be willing to kind of sacrifice that creativity, especially if it's more on the corporate side. So working for a company, I think it has to be the right fit. I think you really have to align with the person who runs that company, because if your vision doesn't align, you're gonna burn out. Working as a freelancer with yourself, it's fun because you get to do whatever the heck you want. You have control of how much work you're gonna do, how much work you're not gonna do, but then it's scary because there's no consistency, there's no stability. So I think that would be like the biggest difference between the two. And what's the other one you said?
Just do like your own stuff.
And then
Doing
my
your
own stuff, like content wise, oh, that's fun. Like I love it, man. Like I just do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Just post whatever. Like I've been posting every day for the whole year. Oh, like, sorry, not every day. 6 times a week, and
Impressive.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Sometimes like I'd be like, even if I don't know what I'm gonna post, I'll just put something together.
Put a
Some-
basketball
whatever.
together.
Yeah, I don't really care. So yeah, no, those like how I perceive those 3 different.
Did you think going full time into this that yes, you're gonna have to learn the filming side, and obviously that's gonna grow. Did you know how heavily the business side of this was going to affect?
I didn't.
Right.
And it was the hardest thing.
Right.
I don't know anything about business. It was so hard to kind of learn that side of things. Like even on my last year of uni, like I needed just like extra hours, so I took some business classes, but it didn't really help me. I didn't really learn too much. I
learned the
killed it.
definition of marketing.
Yeah, I killed it though. I did some marketing class. It was nice. Like there was one class they wanted you to make like a video and ads, so
Yeah.
I did that stuff.
Hey.
We did like a spec ad for like a phone, and we aced it. Like my team loved it because I'm like, I'll do all the work. You guys do like the paperwork, but
write-up.
I'll do the video. I did it all at home. We needed like to make a spec ad for a Huawei phone, or I don't know if I'm saying that right. Sorry. So I just did like a quick product. I actually posted that on my Instagram. People loved it, and yeah, we got like 100 on that video. But there wasn't really a lot that I learned from that class. So a lot of the things that I learned now, business side of things, I actually have a mentor. His name is Brian Dela Paz. He was big in like music video editing and things like that, but now he just does digital products full time. So I work with him full time. He's helping me with my digital products, how to pretty much. Right now, our main focus is on learning how to do ads. So that's kind of, I'm learning from him, learning through him, but I didn't realize how hard it was gonna be. Like it's like another learning curve, right? Because that's the hard thing about doing everything yourself, is that business side of things, you also have to learn. If you're working with a company, right, you don't have to worry about that because they just pay you, even just doing your taxes, bookkeeping. I can't even say I'm doing it right yet. Like I know for this year, I'm really thinking of trying to look for an accountant and trying to really, because I need to, because it's getting a little too, I don't want to be getting called up by the CRA or something, right? But no, like it's just overwhelming because I don't know how to do anything. So right now it's just learning through my mentor and just chat GPTing things, just asking how to do certain things. So yeah.
But what a transition to jump into digital products as well, like as a way of almost like separating yourself in terms of this is a extra revenue stream that doesn't rely too much on like me going to a place, right? A lot of times when you're doing shoots, your physical time is being spent at that shoot, and then the time that it takes editing at that time. And now digital products, you spend the time up front of making it, and now you're just advertising and marketing. When did the idea unlock of like, oh, I'm gonna do digital products?
When I quit my full-time job. So it was when I quit my visual lead position with ZWK.
Yeah.
I was scared because, so when I quit them, I think I was in the second month or third month of living in the apartment.
Okay.
So, I mean, rent's not cheap.
No.
So I was scared, like I was burnt out. I was crying to my girl, I was crying to my friends, like, man, I don't know what to do, like how am I gonna survive? And I felt bad because for my girl, obviously she's probably scared too, because I'm like, I pay half the rent, so it was a bit tough. I think it was a scary moment. But I had some time to think. I took the week off, and then it started when I shot nationals for University of Winnipeg, their volleyball team, because they were like first in the nation. So I shot them in Brandon. When I was there, when I'd be alone editing in the hotel, that's when I thought about it. I was working with Brian for a while already before that. He had like a community. They were already doing digital products, but I thought, man, I think this is the perfect time for me to try and see if I could start my own collection of digital products. And so I did. I thought of I think I have 4 right now, 4 products. I thought of the 4 products then. And then, so while I was there, while I was doing work for U of W, doing their videos, I was also doing I was working on my digital products. So I drafted everything, and then when I got back, I finished it up. I literally had to learn how to do Shopify on my own. I had no idea. Like Brian, because like when I met with Brian after, he was laughing because I had no clue how Shopify worked. I was like, he was asking me, oh, can you go to this section of the Shopify? I'm like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sure.
So I kind of just figured everything out, and then kind of just threw everything in there, and then if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, then I pivot. And then my second backup plan was just to do weddings more full time.
Yeah.
Because at the time I created like a wedding page, and I was gonna do weddings like full time. But then the digital products is working out. So, that's how I kind of landed to the digital product side of things.
Talk to me about that moment of, you know, you have a steady stream of income coming in from your full-time gig. You got rent to pay. You got a girl that's relying on you to, you know, put up half of the rent. And your goal is to pay off your parents' mortgage. And now you decide to make this lifestyle change and just go full-time into your thing. Or that week, like when, you know, you're just reflecting and...
It's scary, man.
Yeah?
It's so scary, especially because when I first dropped the digital products, I had 1 sale. I had like 200 comments, people talking about how excited they are for the products. I had one sale. Like
One stranger?
I don't know who it was.
Okay.
But it felt
crazy.
good.
That's crazy.
So the mindset at the time was, I'm cooked. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to survive. But I was like, you know what? 1 sale at a time. Because if I can make 1 sale a day, that would be enough for rent. Like, I'll survive. So I was just like, I just focused on 1 sale a day. And then I finished the month gladly. Like, really nice. It was a good month. I was super happy. It was my goal. I had 100 orders. So I had 100 orders the first month. And I told myself that if I met the goal that I was trying to meet, I was going to release this hoodie. So, yeah, scary, but it worked out. And I think it's just it's really just the idea of always just believing and just never quitting. Because even if it didn't work out, I knew I was going to figure out everything will always eventually work itself out. I think you just got to put the work in and never quit. So.
What was your thought process when you went through the idea of quitting? Did you have a certain checklist of like, okay, if I sell 1 a day, I can get here. If I do this, I can get here. And then through there, was there a certain checklist that you went through in your head, or you just like, I don't like what I'm doing right now? Peace.
Yeah, pretty much. I didn't really know what I was doing. There was no like checklist or anything. It was just, I think it was just, it's either this or nothing. I think I really just told myself, I'm not going to do physiotherapy. I think I just couldn't imagine the idea of being a physiotherapist. Like for me as a person, I just don't think I would have survived. So I was like, just survive, just push through it.
And so then what did you do every day to make that a reality of I don't want to go there?
What I did every day was just working on my craft, right? So, being active on my content, socials, just trying to find different things to really push my digital products, and finding different ways where I can work on my craft to the point where I can really land the gigs that I wanted to land. Because I think my main goal now is to really focus on the digital products and then just pick and choose my shoots. I don't want to be in a position anymore where I just do a shoot for the sake of doing it, because then I also end up with a shit product.
Right.
Because it doesn't matter how good you are, if your heart is not into what video you're doing, it's gonna turn shit. Like, you're gonna think that you might think it's good at the time, but you're gonna know, you're gonna feel it that it's not a good video. So that was really it.
Being a basketball fan, what was the feeling like when you first stepped into the court of the Canada Life Center for your first Winnipeg Sea Bears shoot?
Man, it was insane. Goosebumps, man. And that first game was a crazy win.
Yeah.
Like, it was against Vancouver. Chad hit the game winner. Man, goosebumps. Like, I had mad goosebumps, and I'm like, it felt like I was in an NBA game. It was surreal. I had such a blast. I'm like, I wish I was the one playing. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was like, man, I could have.
I can do that.
I was maybe like 6 foot, now 5'5". Like,
it's funny because I remember when we did our podcast when the players were there. I was like, telling Robin, I was like, dude, I'm almost tall. Like, I'm pretty much. They look small, man.
It doesn't look that hard.
I didn't look that hard. And then we got to the rim. I'm like, oh fuck.
It's funny. Like, I think about that all the time. Yeah. Like, when I'm beside some of the players, I'm like,
I could take you.
I think I could be fine on the court, but no. It's obviously, they respect to them. Like, they're amazing players, and they're like, no, I would not survive a minute on a professional court. But the idea of, like, oh, I could have been, who knows, maybe in another world I could have been one of the actual players. But no, in all, it was an insane feeling. It was amazing.
What was the feeling before getting there? Were you nervous? Were you like confident? Okay, this is what I got to do. What kind of prep was it looking like before you got to game day?
No, I was locked in.
Locked
I wasn't nervous at all. I was like, I'm about to show these guys like
what they're missing.
What they're missing, yeah, and that's what happened, right? Like, I went in, I was ready. I had a shot list. I knew what shots I needed to get. I knew what video I wanted to make. Because, I wasn't getting paid for anything, right? Like, it was, at the time, it was just show up, help get videos, and then I just share with Neil for, like, the footage that they need. And so, but me, I had a different agenda. I wanted to make something sick. I wanted to make, like, a mini movie. And I was locked in. I was just in, like,
if you can, walk me through that vision of what you had in going in. Like, what story did you want to tell?
For me, I really wanted, so there wasn't like a specific story that I wanted to tell, because it really depended on how the game was gonna go.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm like, I'm gonna go into this game, I'm gonna film it, and I'm gonna make a mini movie. That was my goal, because I was looking at the content that the CBL was making, all the other teams, there was nothing. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna show you what you guys should be doing. So that was the goal. I was like, I'm gonna make a mini movie. So to prepare, like, I had just put some shot lists together, specific shots that I wanted to get, that I needed for it. And then, I was just locked in. I was just focused trying to shoot everything and anything. At the time, it was really only me and Neil that were shooting. I'm trying to remember if there were any other shooters. But at the time, it was really mainly me and Neil. So there wasn't a lot of footage to work with. So I knew I had to, like, film as much as I can. So I was locked in. I filmed it, and I made a mini movie after, and that's what sparked it. The director of marketing at the time, Steph, she liked my work, and then so I ended up doing mini movies for certain games, but I was doing it for every game. I even from this season, like, I told the director of marketing right now, Mia. I told her, honestly, just tell me when you need a recap, but either way, I'm making, like, content, like, whatever day. But no, I wanted to change the game. Like, I wanted to change the scene, just because at the time CBL had nothing. So.
And then you paved the path.
Yeah. I tried.
What was the timeline from when you finished the game to when you got the mini movie out? What did that look like?
That I don't remember, actually. I'm trying to think. Probably within the next couple of days,
'Cause
or within the next day or
This
so.
season, you've been doing a couple hours.
Yeah, I wanted to challenge myself, right? I wanted to see if I'm able to do something like within like before the like I delivered it before my director of marketing before she left the building. She said, so it was an insane feeling. It was cool. I wanted to try it. What sparked the idea was when I went to New York to film like with Ring Magazine. They work insane. Like the photographers would have like their iPad with them, and they're delivering everything like as it happens.
Sick.
And I'm like, how?
Yeah.
Like the fight just is going on. My phone, because we have like a WhatsApp group chat with all the shooters, it's just blowing up, and be like, oh, like fighter gets knocked out or fight like highlight or what,
Sick.
and it was just going. And I'm like, man, I want to see if I can do it for like something with a bit of a higher production, like a mini movie. I wonder if I could do it like at least before, or just right when the game ends, or just when things are about to wrap up.
So are you editing while the game's going on?
Yeah, so that game I
Okay.
didn't shoot at all.
Okay.
I did. I shot the elam,
Sick.
but during and I shot the warm up. So warm up, I was getting shots that I wanted for myself that I needed, and then when the game started, I'm editing. Already putting the videos together, and then after the first quarter, my friends will relay clips, and then I'm just editing as we go. Halftime, I'm editing, and then pretty much I wanted to get elam too, just so we have more angles. But then, what sucked was we lost that game. I wish we won that game. We lost that game, so it was a bit tough. But yeah, after elam, I went straight back to the Matt Frost room, edited it, and handed it in.
Fire.
Yeah. It was stressful though. Like
How much footage are you running through?
A lot, and to the point where I told them, "Don't send me too much. Just give me 1 or 2 clips," because I needed, I just needed specific moments. I didn't need
The entire game.
the entire game. So I'm like, just send me like your best clip, because at the first quarter they sent me all like 10, 20 clips each, and I'm like, this is too much. I just need the moments. So yeah.
Damn. How'd you figure out the like operations of all this? Like going from an iPhone to now having the rig that you have with a POV camera, with being able to do all this. How'd you figure all this stuff out?
Just YouTube, right? Just YouTube, just seeing what people are doing, and then just seeing what works for me. So I'll see what rigs people are running with, and then I'll see if that rig works for me, and then there's certain things that this doesn't work for me, so I'll change it up or things like that. But yeah, just seeing what's out there, seeing what people are doing. Yeah, it's really just the art of copying, right? And just taking inspiration from
Innovating,
others. Not essentially fully copying from someone, but it's just taking inspiration and figuring it out for yourself.
So from not getting paid to shoot Winnipeg Sea Bears to then being like the main guy that they go to
Yeah.
for content, you delivered. You went and conquered the Winnipeg basketball scene. What did that feel like?
It felt insane. It felt great. It honestly,
Like when that email came, hey Feebas,
yeah. Oh,
we
man.
want you.
Yeah, no, like,
You're like, fuck yes!
like it was a surreal feeling. I think it was the moment when people really started to recognize me. I think that was when it's really starting to hit me. It's just like shooters will come to the game and be like, hey, I
Know you.
I know your work. I love your work. And like, especially this season, a lot of like even younger guys, especially like the younger crew, like they'll come up to me and it's like, oh, I'm the reason why I started shooting, or I really take a lot of inspiration from your work. Like that was like the biggest feeling for me. Like that's what meant a lot, because I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really care with the pay with Sea Bears or anything. It's really just what I love, just creating the films and seeing and inspiring others. I think that was the biggest thing, and that's why I love doing tutorials. I love showing people what I do, because I want y'all to do something too. So
What's one moment from the Sea Bears that sticks out for you?
I think it was from the season when like when players started coming up to me and just there was like, I wouldn't say like a specific player, sorry, other shooters and just people from the audience. I think like they just be like, "Oh, are you the one that makes those videos?" and things like that. So I wouldn't say it, like as a collective, just that moment of people showing love and talking about how great my videos are. I appreciate it, and I always will be grateful for that. And I think, yeah, that's really what sticks out to me.
What did it feel like when your video was shown on the Jumbotron
For the first time, insane. I wanted
Yeah.
everyone to see it. I wanted like I wanted my family to see it.
Yeah.
I think that was the biggest thing. I think that was what I cared about more. I wanted my family to see it. I wanted my girlfriend to see it. That was the biggest thing for me. I didn't care too much about if people saw it or not. It was more just my parents, and
Yeah.
I think I just wanted to show them like I can do this. Like I
That's
can
insane.
I can push through. I can survive.
That feeling of like, you know, maybe they doubted
Mhm.
this career, and then one of the biggest stadiums in Winnipeg,
Mhm.
they're sitting there watching their child work on
Mhm.
this massive screen.
Mhm.
Dude, I get goosebumps just thinking about that.
Yeah, me too. Like I'm getting goosebumps right now. Like I just thinking, I was teary-eyed when it was happening. Like
Yeah.
I was looking at it, knowing that my parents were there, my
Yeah.
girlfriend was watching it. It was a moment that I can't describe, and I would relive that moment.
Yeah, because
Like,
at that moment,
million
it's like
times.
all the hard work, all the sleepless night, and
Mhm.
everything just pays off.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you take time to reflect on those kind of moments, or is it just like, okay, I got 4 gigs of footage that I gotta watch. I got 40 gigs of footage that I gotta watch through. Like, how much time do you take in that moment of like, wow?
Just little bits. Not like I try not to do it too much, but even a little bit every day, a little bit throughout the weeks. Like, 'cause it what keeps me sane. Someone asked me about like how I deal with imposter syndrome. It's one of those things, like celebrating the small wins. Like no matter how small, just celebrating them all the time. It's just, you know, it's hard to always just compare yourself to what's going on out there. Like, you know, like especially for me, it's like everyone's expecting me to be with an NBA team or whatnot and do an NBA shoot. So it's hard sometimes to be like, man, I'm not there yet. I'm seeing shooters doing NBA stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like it's that moment where I know it's important for me to just take a second and reflect to what I've done so far, and be happy with it.
Yeah, I feel like you're on your own path,
Mhm.
right? And like you're writing your own story. So eventually that moment's gonna come, and it's gonna be perfect just for you,
Mhm.
right? Like, I feel like everyone's has this depicted like perspective of what social media shows, and they're like, oh, he's 23, he's already like a billionaire. Like, it doesn't matter, man. Like, you have your own path, and you'll get to the
Yeah.
like, who knows, maybe your first gig will be with LeBron. Like,
Who knows? Like, yeah. I mean, for me, like, really, like with the NBA, because people ask me all the time, like, oh, what team? I honestly don't want to work with a team.
yeah.
I don't want to. I think for me, I just want to get a shoot in.
Yeah.
Or like do campaigns with them, whether it's like a hype video for, I don't know, playoffs or things like that. But I don't want to work with a NBA team full time.
Yeah.
I love my family too much. I love home too much to like leave.
Travel,
And so I think it's just the experience. I think the idea of it. So for me, my goal is to get a shoot with the NBA, and if it happens, it happens. If not, I'm honestly totally cool with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, my goal is to get that shoot, and that's it. I don't want to work for a team. The reason why is because I don't want to just be doing NBA stuff all the time too. I love sports, don't get me wrong, and I love shooting basketball, but I'm a little too over the place to just want to shoot that. But who knows? I mean, if the offer is right, maybe I'll do it. But it's too hard. My girl was in Scotland for a week, and I was struggling, so I don't know if I could do. I could do that. Yeah. No, but one day it'll happen.
Yeah.
And the thing too is like if I get an NBA shoot, right, I'm gonna be in one spot most likely. Like right, like even like it's the same as like when I shot the Jets a couple of times. You're in one spot. So for me to even make something great, I would have to have footage from other shooters, or I would have to have the full access, and that would be really hard. I feel like you would really have to be working for them as like an in-house videographer to be able to have that access. So I've kind of, it's still one of my top goals to shoot an NBA game, but I'm not like super stoked about it because I know it'll be cool, like I'll have some footage, but I won't be able to create something that I want to create when I get there.
Can you walk me through the behind the scenes of like a sports team's media team? What does that look like? How many people are like there, part of the team, and then how does it exponentially get bigger and better as you go up? Like compare something like a Seabears to like the Jets to like an NBA team. What is the level of difference that there is between those teams?
For sure. So first, the Seabears compared to the Jets, the biggest thing is the amount of shooters that are there. Like when I went to the first Jets game, man, it was shooters everywhere. I didn't have a spot
Really?
to like put my stuff, like to get ready, to get prepped. And how they do things is they like obviously they have their in-house team, so I think they have a little bit more access than everyone. But even them, they don't have. It's not like me with the Sea Bears. I kind of just get to go everywhere.
Yeah.
Whereas their in-house team, I think they're maybe like limited to 2-3 spots, or depending on what they're trying to film that day.
Gotcha.
And then there's like certain pockets in CLC where you just stand. Like for me, the 2 games that I filmed, I was in the same spot the whole time. So I couldn't even make like a sick like recap or a sick video.
Yeah.
I didn't film any warm-up stuff. Like I wasn't. That's why I love shooting the Moose. So I do stuff for the Moose sometimes, and I get to go everywhere. I get to be on the rink. I get to be.
Sick.
But yeah, so that would be the biggest difference, is that your spots are very limited. It's a lot more saturated. Where with Sea Bears, now it's a bit more saturated. There's a bit more shooters, but you still kind of have that freedom of kind of going anywhere as long as you don't get in the way of fans. I was honestly scared when they hosted Champ Weekend. I was kind of scared that we were just going to be all in one spot. But no, everyone kind of just got to kind of go wherever.
Yeah.
But when you get to like an NBA level, you're probably not going to be able to do that.
Question.
Yeah.
Who films your wedding?
Oh, yo, don't do me like that.
Like, okay, I saw a filmer in the city, and he released his wedding video, and it's like so sweet, but he's in it. So who filmed it?
Okay, yeah.
And he's like, he's a great shooter in Winnipeg, and I was watching. I was like, oh, this is so romantic. They're on a beach. They're like making out. It's great. Like, life's great. But I'm just like, I know you film those kind of things. Who else is filming it?
So I have a guy that I work with for weddings.
Okay.
His name is Martin.
Oh, yeah.
John.
Yeah, you met John.
John.
Sorry, you guys know him as John.
Yes.
John.
He's
Martin.
most likely gonna film it. Excuse me.
Yeah, he is big into the film.
Bro,
weddings.
he's
the guy.
crazy. He works full time, right? Like he works with Frank
Frank,
Digital,
yeah.
and he's shooting weddings like every weekend.
Yeah.
Like I respect him so much. I don't know how he does it.
Now
but
he's
he
on
does.
FPV stuff. And
He-
now he's, ooh.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
He knows how much I love him.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't do weddings if it wasn't for him. But he's like my main guy for weddings. And we've talked about it.
Yeah.
We said, because I asked him, do you want to be like a part of the wedding or do you want to film it? He said he doesn't know either because he obviously wants to like enjoy the day with me. But I think I'm leaning more towards him filming it because I don't know who else I would trust. There's a lot of great shooters, don't get me wrong, but it's also different when it's someone you know and someone that you've worked closely with.
Yeah.
So I really want him to shoot my wedding, but I'm gonna edit it. That I know. I'm gonna edit my wedding for sure,
Damn.
but he's gonna film it.
What's the difference between filming and editing? Well, not logistically, but the actual in terms of what you do and how much you enjoy. Like when you're doing some of these shoots, are you including the editing part of it, or is it just filming? And then what do you enjoy more?
Oh man, for me, filming and editing, it's a bit tough because they're really 2 different beasts. But what I can answer is what I enjoy more. I think I enjoy, as much as I enjoy editing, I'm gonna have to give it to filming, just because of the moment, right? Like you get to, let's say if it's weddings, like you really get to bond with the couples, bond with the wedding party, and really enjoy the moment of them getting married. Or if it's basketball, like being in the moment, like the amount of times I got goosebumps just like during Elam, especially the second season, because we had some crazy wins, like crazy comeback wins. Man, those moments I would relive that moment like every time. And then for me, for editing is fun and all, but what I enjoy the most, like when it comes to editing, is after, when I finish the video.
Yeah.
Like every time I post something, whether even if it's just my stories, my reels, a sick hype video, I'll be in bed just watching it over and over again. Like always how I do it, and it kind of helps me to learn some things from things that I do. So.
What was the transition like when you got into tutorials? I know you mentioned it briefly, that you like the mentorship aspect of it. But what is it about the mentorship that you do like?
So the transition was a bit hard because I don't like the way I sound. Whenever I listen to myself talk, I hate it. Like when you guys played it back, actually, like at the beginning, I was like, man, why do I sound like that? I just don't like how I sound, but it was just accepting it and just getting reps in, getting comfortable with talking behind a camera. So that was the hardest transition for me, was just learning how to be in front of the camera, because I'm so used to being behind the camera. And then the second part of that question, what I love about mentorship so much is 'cause I just love helping people, and I just love seeing people win. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, you know, with your family, your own group of friends, or just anyone you cross paths with, I want to see everyone win. There's enough wins for everybody in the world. There's enough money. There's enough happiness. So it's just like, why not share that with everyone, right? There's no gatekeeping out here. It's just there's love for everyone.
Yeah.
So.
Can you talk about some of the opportunities that you've had? New York being one of the bigger ones, but any other ones as well, like one of the first opportunities that came across your board. You were like, wow, I'm doing this right now.
To edit for NBA Asia. So I did an edit for NBA Asia. That was insane.
Yeah.
Because yes, I didn't film an NBA game, but like seeing NBA footage, like real high quality NBA footage in my screen, bro, I was losing it. And I had footage of Kobe, of Shaq, LeBron, Steph. Seeing that like in my folders, I was, oh my God, I was fucking losing it, man.
How did that come about?
Instagram. They just saw my work, and this guy, he actually messaged me through my website. I thought it was a scam. I don't know who you are. I searched him up on LinkedIn. His LinkedIn didn't say much. I was like, what is this even real? But I entertained it. And then to the point where they sent the clips, and I'm like, oh my God, this is real. No, yeah, that was definitely one of the craziest opportunities for me. And then New York would be second. New York was sick, but it's just that like boxing is cool, but basketball for me, it's just really different if you're passionate about the sport.
Yeah. Can you walk me through that New York trip?
I still can't believe it, man. I went twice, right? So the first one was like it was a Ryan Garcia fight in the middle of Times Square.
That was against Tank, right? Or no?
No, this was after. This was against Rolly Romero.
Oh,
That's
right.
when he got dropped.
Yeah.
That's when he lost. That New York trip was one for the books, man. It was a big step for me personally, like as a person, because like I mentioned, I'm very introverted. I've never traveled to the U.S. That was my first time traveling to the U.S. It was scary. I don't even know, like figuring out just doing connecting flights and like knowing what I can bring with me, just things like that. I was so stressed. I was so anxious, and I'm not good with like I get motion sickness. So like some flights were rough, but the fact that I was able to survive all that. And once I was there, it was insane, man. The love that I got from the people. I thought people were going to be a bit more stuck up and kind of, because, you know, they're from New York. No, everyone was super kind, super nice. And they were showing so much love with my work. So it was insane. It was definitely something that I wanted to do again, and which we did. So we went through another fight week. And even that was crazier. And I think the craziest part was one of the shooters recognized me. Like literally, I was walking back to our hotel, and one of the guys was like, "Yo, are you Fo?" A lot of people usually call me Fo because that's how they read my name.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, I see your work." And it was insane because I'm like, "I'm in New York. How is someone recognizing me?"
14 million, yeah.
So that was one of my favorite parts too, which is that, and knowing how they found me. So how they found me was through Instagram. It was the reason why I say it was the playoff hype edit that I did for the first season with the Sea Bears. That's what they saw. And it was like, you know, Turkey. So he's like the guy that owns Ring.
Right.
They call him HE because they call him like His Excellency. He saw my video. And this guy's like a billionaire. And he saw my video and he said that he made a list apparently of the creators that he wants to be at the Ring, and I was one of them. So knowing that's how he found me, like it wasn't just like he actually liked my work. It wasn't just some random looking for random creators. Like it was actually him. That was insane.
That's crazy.
But yeah.
Okay.
I have a quick question.
No, go for it.
So recently I saw a quote. I'm just going to read it out quick. It says, "Embarrassment is the cost of entry. If you aren't willing to look like a foolish beginner, you'll never become a graceful master." And it also says that embarrassment is an underexplored emotion. When you experience embarrassment, you're learning something, and you eventually grow out of that embarrassment. Have there been have there been situations where you've embarrassed yourself, felt embarrassed, or maybe you thought this was embarrassing and you got the exact opposite reaction from people?
Oh, all the time, man. Especially when I post my videos, right? Especially the tutorials, I always feel kind of embarrassed. Like, I'm sure people talk, I'm sure people say, like, you know, but it's just, it's really just looking past it and then just focusing on me and focusing on my craft. But definitely, especially sometimes I'll look back at my old videos, I'm like, man, I can't believe I made this. But but you're always gonna grow. You're always gonna get better. So if you don't do it, if you don't go out there and embarrass yourself, then nothing's gonna happen for you.
Truly live it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
How much of this world is like practice what you preach? Like you're like, I'm preaching that I'm a videographer, I can shoot, I can edit, and then you go prove it with your own content. Versus there's, you know, other people out there who are like, oh, I'm an expert in this, and then they're not, because they can't do them for themselves. Like, why'd you make that conscious decision of, I'm gonna create content for myself as well? And how do you balance that in a day?
Oh, man. Well, maybe just go. I think it's just knowing that I want to do it and knowing that I enjoy doing it. Because I think if I didn't enjoy content, I wouldn't last at all. But I think it's the fact that I actually like it and that I'm finding ways. Because you could do content in a way where, like how other people do it, like if you look through inspiration. But if you do it exactly how they do it, you might not like it. So it's just the idea of finding ways to make it enjoyable for yourself. So like that was like the biggest thing. And what was the second part of the question?
How do you find time during the day because if you're doing shoots, then you're coming home and editing. How do you make that conscious effort? Like, okay, I'm going to spend time doing this.
Oh man, just checklists. I think I always like, not always, but when I know I have a lot of something, a lot of things to do the next day, I'll make a checklist and then just stick into that checklist, get that dopamine hit every check. So yeah, checklist helps me a lot because if I don't have a checklist, I'm everywhere, and then I'll forget, like, oh my god, I was supposed to do that thing too. Especially with edits, sometimes I get too lost in the sauce, and then so I'll be editing, and then next thing I know, I've been editing for 4 hours, and then I forget about, oh right, I'm supposed to go work out. Oh right, I'm supposed to go work on my digital products in some sense. Just things like that.
But isn't that what you kind of chase though? Like that flow state? Like you want work to feel like that, where you lose the sense of time, how hungry I am.
Yeah.
And that's when you know it's truly what your passion speaking.
Yeah, so that's why I edit late at night. Because then I'll work out the different things.
Yeah.
And then, so if it's something, because there's different things. There's things that I don't need to be flow state in. So things like, let's say for content, right? That I don't need to really be in flow state. Like, it's just, but if it's something like a hype video or a cool passion project or a cool campaign video that I really want to do, I leave it for the late nights. Because that's when I get in like real flow state, when I just forget everything. And then next thing I know, it's 4 a.m. or 5 a.m.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's interesting that you say you don't, because I always thought it's the opposite, that you always want to be in flow state. But it's actually a really interesting thing that you can choose when to be in flow state. Never heard that before.
Yeah, for me,
pretty
I
cool.
think like it's how I see, like when I hoop.
Right.
Like you can't be hot every time.
Right.
So I think for me, I try and find ways that I know I can control it, where I can kind of just tap in that moment. Like for me, like when I hoop, how I kind of tap in flow state is like I'm a loud guy. Like I'm loud, but once you hear me quiet and I'm on the left wing all the time just asking for the ball there, that means I'm trying to get into flow state. Or I'm sometimes it just happens organically. I'm not thinking about it.
Right.
Sometimes it'll just happen. And then same with editing. Sometimes I don't really think about it too much, but that's how I see it. I don't think I could be in flow state all the time. I think it's just
Pick and choose.
I pick and choose when I need it, and it comes organically for me.
That's sick.
And then how do you deal with burnout?
How I deal with burnout? Just, man, stay off my phone.
Really?
I think that's the biggest thing is I stay off my phone, stay off gadgets, and I spend time with family.
Yeah.
Because I'll go to my parents' house if I'm burnt out, spend time with my dog. Especially, what helps me out a lot is I take my dog out like two to 4 times a day, because sometimes I share it with my girl, but we take him out 4 times a day. I always say no phones. Don't bring my phone with me. Just take him out. Just be present in the moment, and it helps me a lot. Just because that's the time when I reflect, time when I'm like, just take things slow and just be present.
Why is family so important to you?
Because I wouldn't be here without them. And like at the end of the day, there's no money, there's no amount of money, or there's no amount of things that can amount to that. It's just being with them and spending time with them. Those are the moments like you'll just forever cherish and I'll forever need. So
Was the goal to ever like be a millionaire, billionaire? Like was that ever a goal for you?
the goal was always to survive. I think that's the thing. Obviously you need money for access. You need money to do the things that you want to do and create. So for me, it's just, it was never like, there was never an amount. It was just, I just need enough to be able to do what I want to do. So, yeah, money's money. It'll come and go. But like things that truly matter, like family and love and your friends, like you only have that for a certain amount of time. So you better fucking like cherish it.
Cherish it.
Yeah.
100%.
Talk to me about the hoodie.
Oh man, so Hoodie, it's I said that if I hit my first month goal with digital products, I'll do something with merch. I started saying the slogan, "Go film something you love today," in some of my videos, sometimes in my stories. And my coworker from the Seabears, Ayesha, actually told me that'd actually not be too bad to be like put on like if I were to do merch.
Yeah.
But I didn't want it to feel too much like merch, so I didn't want it to have like my logo or anything or names. So I said, I know I want the slogan for sure, like go film something you love today, and then I just wanted to personalize it a little bit. So love was in my mom's writing, so I put love on there. A6500 is my first camera, my Sony A6500. Imahe means image in Filipino, so I just thought just to have add my culture and the Filipino touch on it. And then the slogan, go film something you love today. And then it has f1.4 640, just aperture and the ISO. So that's what I love to shoot in. And so I'm releasing it tomorrow, 10 a.m. CST. I still have to, again, like I told you earlier, I need to take my lay flat still and finalize some things. But yeah, I was super excited to drop it. It's just a time for me to celebrate the small wins, like the digital products and things like that. So
By the time this comes out, it'll be already up. So.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
We're not live.
Oh, no.
How many iterations did it take to find the right fabric, to find the right type of design, or did you hire someone else to kind of design this for you?
I had a designer friend that I worked with at Zwieke. She's based out in Toronto. I love her vision. She's super talented. And I just told her, I asked her if she could help me design a hoodie. I feel bad. I'm so sorry, Taylor, because she wanted to do a fully custom hoodie. But just timeline-wise and things like money, it's a lot more expensive to do custom. So I could only afford just a blank for now. So I hit up a buddy, Derek. He's the owner of Vestige, and he helped me out, just find people to work with. And so I found Javen, and he helped me find a blank. And I love it. It was a perfect blank. It felt premium, heavyweight, oversized, what I wanted. And so with all the connections, it just helped. Things went out smoothly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's sick.
No, yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for it to release. And honestly, I don't even care how it does. I don't care if no one buys it. My friends already want one, so I know I told them, obviously, like, they'll get them. But for me, it's just, I'm just forever going to live with the go film something you love today, live with that idea. Like I say, like I have in my captions, it's a reminder. It's just not so much even just film, it's just either you can just do something you love, right? It's just, I'm going to live by that till I die.
Yeah.
What does the future look like for you?
Oh, I don't know, man. Getting married, 2027.
Nice.
Wait, who filmed your engagement stuff? Or did you set up a trial?
Oh, I had my photographer friend Jake took photos of us.
Okay.
I don't know if we will do like a save the date. We probably will. Yeah. Knowing me, I'm extra as hell. So I already have ideas of what I want to do for our wedding day, like video wise.
Yeah.
Like I already told Kayla, I'm like, we should do like an actual video before the wedding to tell our story. through a video. Some people would do that through like same-to-day edits, but I'm like, I don't want to do that. I actually want to maybe do like sit-down stuff with her. Just so, I mean, I'm inviting people to my wedding. Not everyone knows our story. So I think it'd be cool to like show our story. So I'm excited for that.
So sweet.
But yeah, future, getting married. Hopefully have a house in the next 2-3 years, and still doing what I love. Filming something I love every day. No specific goals right at the moment. Just
That's awesome. You're free flowing.
If you were to talk to your younger self, what is some advice you would give to him? Or what would you tell him?
just keep doing what you're doing, man. Like, yeah, I think I trust my younger self. I'm from where I am now, so I think I'd just say the same thing. Just do what you do what you love, and everything will work itself out.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for doing this, bro.
Thank you so much.
Man, thank you. I'm so sorry that it took so long for us to get here. Thank you so much for having me. I'm forever grateful for you guys, to the support that you guys have shown, even though I took forever to be here.
We've had longer.
Yeah, okay, good.
And we're still waiting on a couple people too.
Okay, so I truly appreciate it. No, really, I love what you guys are doing. I love what you guys are about. And yeah.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for letting us share your story, diving into your life and what the future holds for you. If you haven't already, you know the man. Check him out. And until next time, peace. That's a wrap.
Thanks, guys.